mano48 comes in with I believe a 28-34. So Sweener does have about a just over a about 4-minute lead, and a bit of a rough go there for Sweener on lap 1, getting hit by the Leffen the dinosaur, as we have named him. Mono, and having just about similar ancient lakes. This course is very much kind of a basic track. Mono having some difficulties there. He ended up in the water. And I'm having some restream difficulties on my end. Cannot quite see what is going on. I'm going to refresh the page and see if that changes stuff. I think it does. But having... Okay, there we go. Sorry, we're back. We're back and they're both in Fossil Canyon. Sweener's finishing lap 2. Looks like he has amassed quite a bit of a lead here. I don't know if I'm having internet problems on my end. Okay. I gotta hope that this doesn't continue to plague me this match. We haven't had these difficulties yet, but we have Sweener in Jungle Falls. He's got about probably a 16 or so second lead, it looks like, over Mono. So he gets an 11:28 first lap. Jungle Falls is a very technical track. And what you saw Sweener do on known as Canyonless. Unfortunately, I was having some restream problems on my end during it, and things seem to have sorted themselves out. So we're gonna watch Sweener here on Hot Top Volcano, where we will see our first out of bounds. He's gonna use those two balloons to boost and get some bananas before he goes out of bounds here. The advantages to doing this faster strat is that you'll have bananas and going around in the plane, and bananas are very important in this game because they give you a little bit of extra speed. I believe it's both top speed and acceleration. As we're going to see Sweener finish up here. And you gain top speed and acceleration up to 10 bananas. As Mono has clipped and he's going to be doing the out of bounds with 0 bananas, which I assume he just did the safe strat, which is where you use this second balloon to go out of bounds right away. As Sweener is going to now move on to Whale Bay. So this is our first hover track as it starts Sherbet Island. So we're going to see Sweener using what's known as snaking, which is where he moves his hovercraft back and forth. And in doing so, he's gaining and maintaining quite a lot of speed. You can't see his speed meter because he's got the map showing, but when you turn in hovercraft, you actually gain a decent amount of speed. So what a lot of players do is they will continue to turn back and forth consistently while holding the R button down to keep controlled fluid motion of the vehicle. That's a 45 Whale Bay for Sweener. That is very, very strong. As we see Mono actually using his blue balloon to boost to the first zipper. As Sweener enters Pirate Lagoon, so about one whale bay apart in time. About 2.5 to 3 laps apart in total. Sweener gets a 16 lap. Holy cow. That's a really nice first lap on PL. Oh, but he misses the zipper. So, he will... But still a really good time regardless. Getting a 16 lap is very, very good. 18-second lap. He's not going to be too pleased with that. But, looks like he's going to finish pretty strong here. Mono's going to finish with a 1-minute flat whale bay. So you can see kind of the differences in this, a little bit of difference in their skill levels. Sweener getting a 45 whale bay and a 51 Pirate Lagoon, while Mono has gotten a 1-minute flat on whale, bay, about 15 seconds difference. So they're now just about one race apart. That isn't necessarily just a short race apart. So Crescent Island is a really neat car track, and it hinges on getting some really nice sharp turns in certain sections, like turning through the ship, and as well as this section here where Sweener's going to boost, turn, and then he's going to fly down by holding his joystick down on the controller to gain air, because when you move your joystick down on the controller, you kind of push the car nose up a little bit, and you don't lose speed in car when you're in the air. So that makes it a bit of a really nice strat. So even with the CPU there, CPU do cause a little bit of lag in the when you're going for boosts and stuff. So he wasn't quite able to get what he wanted, and a bit of a rough ending, but he still gets a 106, a really good time. As Mono also finishes Pirate Lagoon, so they probably got very similar times there. I didn't get to catch Mono's time, but I would guess he got just about a 106 on PL, maybe a little worse. I'm not sure. So this is Treasure. So Sweener's now on Treasure Caves, which is the most inconsistent track, and he's not having the best of times for lap 1. I think he didn't get the balloon, and then he also failed to hit the last zipper. But he gets a nice strong 12 lap. On lap 3, misses the balloon again though. That balloon is rather crucial on this course, but this track is very inconsistent with how to use it. So you'll see most players do what Sweener did on lap 2, where they'll boost going into the tunnel and going into like the cave and try to grab that zipper that's in the middle of the cave section. As Mono is now on lap 3 of CI, let's see if he can get a nice boost down. Oh no, he missed the zipper, so unfortunately he won't get to fly down the hill towards the ship. But Sweener is also now done with Sherbet Island, and he's now on to Snowflake Mountain, which is the snow world, and he's on Everfrost Peak, which is the first inbound plane track. Plane's a rather difficult vehicle, and then plane is the vehicle where you will probably see the largest gap between players. So like you'll see a lot of the top players make plane look really kind of easy. However, it's just not easy at all. But they are really practiced on it. So Sweener's having a nice, smooth Everfrost. This is quite nice to see. A 19.5 second lap. And he's gonna. Ooh, so he did lose a little speed, but not a huge time loss. He should still be able to get a pretty nice time here on it. About a 1 minute flat. Nope, 101. Okay, 101. So he should be happy with that. As Mono boosts into finishing with a 49 on Treasure Caves. As Sweener is now on to Walrus Cove. He has quite a large lead. Let's see about how big it is now. As Mono moves on to Snowflake Mountain now. Ooh, Sweener with some very harsh bonks on Walrus Cove. So he's gonna get about he's gonna get about a 32 first lap. Definitely not what he wants, but the section where you use the blue balloon to boost and grab another blue balloon and kind of go around the slope area there, he really struggled and he kind of bonked right into the wall and lost all his time and speed. Gets to the nice jump there, but he does unfortunately end up hitting the wall and not keeping his blue balloon. And he gets a 28-second lap. Ooh, barely avoiding that. That was a nice job avoiding the mine. As we can see, Mono looks... he bonked on Everfrost. A bit of a struggle there. But he does barely miss the ground zipper. Does grab the air zipper, though. I can see Mono at least trying to not hold the A button. I didn't mention with that correct track, as Sweener gets 127. He definitely won't be happy with that, unfortunately. Ooh, Mono looked like he was going for that blue balloon next to the tree. I saw there was another player in the tournament who did that. I don't know if that's just because they're a bit uncomfortable going for the ground zippers. At least Mono looks like he's attempting to get the ground zippers in his... Oh no. You can just kind of see how harsh bonking in plane is. Bonking in car and hover isn't that bad compared to plane, because even if you ram head on, you'll lose all your speed. Ooh, Sweener catching an oil slick there. Fortunately, he just moved in the normal, straightforward direction that he wanted to go. However, having a bit of trouble there when it came to getting the boost and getting through the valley of the snowballs. As now Mono's on Walrus Cove. And Sweener is on Frosty Village, the last track of Snowflake Mountain. So Snowflake Mountain is actually widely kind of regarded as difficult, as one of the more difficult trophies that you can do. There's quite a lot of difficult tracks that can really trip you up and have really tricky sections. Frosty Village is more or less just a very laggy course because of the snow effect. And Sweener doing a very nice job in the forest there. It's a 21-26 second lap. Very good. As we can see, Mono bonking on the ice. The ice in this on Walrus Cove, you touch it, it'll put you back in the air. You'll lose all your speed, and it'll put you back where you it'll try to put you back where you last were on the ground. So Sweener got to 106. That is insane. Yeah, Walrus is not a very friendly course to players. Mono bonking on the ice again. That's definitely a really tricky section to get down. If you're a little bit shaky on the terrain there, you'll likely get on the ice. As Sweener's now in Dragon Forest, he's now 2 races ahead of Mono. So about probably 1 to 2 minutes ahead at this point. As he's on Boulder Canyon, the last hover track of ATR, in the first track of Dragon Forest. Sweener with a 24 first lap. That's very, very good. Oh man, he missed chaining that the double boost into the single balloon boost that you saw in lap 1. Nice chain, nice zipper and balloon chain there though. So he's gonna get a 23.60 lap. Definitely probably not what he wants for sure, but he should still finish up with a pretty nice time here, honestly. Oh man, that balloon boost really saved him there. He had a harsh bonk on the corner, but he managed to save it and get a 112. So still a very good time for him there. As we see Mono now starting Frosty Village, and Sweener's now on Greenwood Village. So both players on the 2 village courses in different trophies. Greenwood Village is such a great track. Boulder Canyon and Greenwood are 2 very fun tracks in this game. As you see, Sweener 24-15 first lap. He's gonna grab the shield there because usually there's an oil slick, mine, or both. As you saw the oil slick there, Sweener had a little bit of difficulties with the terrain. That is kind of an issue in that section. But he gets through and gets 22-18 second lap. So going pretty smoothly. At least one lap was pretty smooth. He's probably not necessarily liking his second lap time. Oh no. Oh man. So a rather harsh. He still got a 109, but some harsh bonks. As Mono's gonna finish up Frosty Village at the same time that Sweener finished Greenwood. So now we have Sweener on Windmill Plain. So let's see if he can get this out of bounds trick. He's gonna grab as many bananas as he can along with that blue balloon, and he's going to hit the air zipper here, turn, boost, and get out of bounds. So he gets out of bounds with a very clean and fast out of bounds clip. Now he's just going to navigate this out of bounds, which can be quite tricky, honestly, as this course is constantly loading and deloading, as you see. So the course is not over when it comes to clipping out. So Sweener probably having taken it a bit more cautiously than he might want to, but he's still doing a really great job. So he's going to finish, and then he'll finish up this course with a very, very nice time, it looks like. Which is 101.93. And so we see Mono snaking around on Boulder Canyon and see how it's going for him. Nice boost. Rather nice boost. So you could definitely use those walls being in hover to get some really nice boosts. However, it looks like he had some difficulties with that little tiny small tunnel section as you exit the palace in Bolton, BC. Sweener's now on Haunted Woods, and he's already on lap 2. Very, very short track. Very much about chaining the last 2 zippers together. So he gets a 13.80 second lap. That is insane, but he does unfortunately bonk. But still doing a great job nonetheless. Looks like he's on pace for about a 45. 44, holy. Let's go, Sweener. 44 Haunted Woods. Insane. Yeah, this game is quite awesome for the amount of air that you can get. And Mono opting to kind of skip getting the balloons at the beginning, which you would usually grab like the 2. You try to grab at least 2, if not all 3 of the extra bananas on top of the one that's kind of right there in the center. And he also opts to miss the first. He's also taking a wider route to opt to miss. And he missed the first zipper, or the second zipper as well. As Sweener's now on what's often regarded as the most difficult ATR track, which is Space Dust Alley, the final inbounds plane track, and it starts the last trophy race, Future Funland. Sweener's on rather good pace, I'll be right now, so quite a great run from him. Despite a couple of poor tracks, he's still keeping up super well. Mono looks like he's having a pretty fun time on Greenwood Village. Bit of a harsh bonk there from Mono, but still doing pretty well nonetheless. Especially his first lap was a bit shaky, and he took a lot of extra time to gain bananas and stuff. Sweener making some nice adjustments. This looks like maybe a 114, 115? Yeah, 115. Okay, so not a... Okay, I will clarify all trophy races. I apologize. But Mono's now on windmill planes. It doesn't look like he goes for the out of bounds. So we'll be seeing him do the inbounds windmill planes. As Sweener's now in Dark Moon. So we'll see how this goes. Oop, misses that first balloon, but still very, very nice first lap. Looks like it's going to be most likely a 32 lap from Sweener. So a 32.51 first lap. Dark Moon, a very bumpy terrain-heavy course. And sections like the craters, parts like the crater section there, the hitboxes on those craters are rather deceiving. But Sweener making this course look pretty easy. He's having a nice time. A 31.01 first lap as Mono does an accidental backflip and then uses his gas cloud, but this is lap 3 for him, so likely he won't be running into it. So that's fine. A lot of times you don't really want to be using like oil slicks and stuff unless it's like lap 3 because you won't have to see it again. It looks like Sweener's going to finish with about a 134, which is a really good race time on Dark Moon. As he pushes through those AIs and gets the 134.44. So great time for Sweener, as he's going to move on to Star City, and Mono's going to finish Windmill Plains with a 151.92. So Sweener is on some really nice pace right now. So hopefully he can keep this up. He has one more track after this, which is the last track, Spaceport Alpha, which has an out of bounds trick. So Sweener with a 25 first lap on this track, Star City. So so he gets caught on the wall. However, he's able to make that last second adjustment to kind of save it. So he grabs the zipper at the bottom. That zipper is really poorly placed. So a lot of times players will kind of let off the gas and push forward to lean the nose of their car into the zipper, like Sweener's going to do here. He's going to lean the nose of his car into the zipper. He'll hit. So he has some nice bridge, some nice city sections here. He's going to end with a 112. Oh no, he bonks. So 113. That bonk costed him about a second, unfortunately. So we're looking at a very, very low. We're looking at a very low 24 from Sweener. If all things go well, this is going to be a sick time. He's going to grab the balloon, and he's going to use the shield and do this, and he'll go out of bounds here. Beautiful. Textbook. And now it's off to the races for Sweener. Go, Sweener, go. So this is an insane run from the Sweenerdog. As we'll see Mono in Space Dust, he had a 34 second lap 2, and he's going to be... Looks like Sweener's going to get a 25... Oh, wow. So 25.04 from Sweenerdog. So that is the new second best time in ATR for the second best race time in the tournament. So congratulations, Sweener, on just an insane run. And that was a 34 first lap. This is now a 31 second lap, but a very, very harsh bonk is you see him get thrown back, and because you're in the plane, you lose all your speed and you lose all your altitude. Mono definitely taking this track a bit cautiously. This is a very difficult track, so you'll see some players actually will opt to opt to not go through the laser section where you can have some potential trouble. as he's going to store that balloon and boost around the corner as to, and he'll grab this last one and boost in for a 143. So probably a bit of a rough, definitely a bit of a rough space dust with that bonk. Otherwise, not bad at all. Is now Mono's on Dark Moon Caverns himself. So let's see how this goes. Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good, man. Congratulations on the second best race time. Now, that's insane.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, you must be feeling pretty good after that.
Yes, I think all the hard stuff went as well as it could.
Yes.
It's the easy stuff that never goes well.
Yeah.
Walrus.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think you only had one bad track this entire time, and it was Walrus. That track.
I got
is
a
just a pain.
I got a 117. I got a 117 in practice, like 20 minutes before my race, and I was like, well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's the way it goes, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still very happy with the time. It's definitely not what I was expecting. So.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting something like this from you.
Well, thanks.
I was.
Thank you for believing in me.
Yeah. So Mono's, let's see, he's finishing up Dark Moon. He's on lap 3. Looks like he missed that zipper going into the, I guess it'd be the circular section. I don't know. Going into the last section. He's going to finish with a 140, a 150. A bit of a rough ending. He avoided a mine, but he wasn't able to get his drift. He wasn't able to kind of get a counter drift. He ended up doing a sharp turn into the wall, unfortunately. Now he's on Star City. So let's hope that he does well with this bridge. Very nice on lap 1. This bridge can cause a bit of pain for players. Ooh, just misses that pesky zipper at the end of the tunnel. Overall, a smooth first lap. I think he's gonna finish with a 29. And so
Mano's got that clean drift going up that bridge.
Yeah, you really need to have a pretty clean drift going up that bridge, especially to go as fast as you can on it. Ooh, he almost connected the 2 balloons. Oh man, need a spike ball. Spike ball's definitely not working for Mono in that part. Those are rather tricky, but at least he didn't have one on the bridge. Because if you hit one on the bridge, you can sometimes actually get thrown off by accident. And when you fall off the bridge, you have to go all the way back to the start because there's no other way up. There's no other way to continue in the level. 127, so not a bad time here. He'll be going into Spaceport Alpha now, where he will go for the out of bounds trick, I assume. As he is running on JP. He asked for a bit of a wider route. I think he was going for a couple extra bananas there, and fortunately didn't grab them. Grabs his shield, grabs his balloon.
It's looking clean.
Oh,
we're in there.
Yeah, a bit of a rough clip, but he did get in. But he did get there. So he definitely took that first section a bit safe when it came to grabbing the checkpoint. Looks like he's pretty much near following the track on this. There is actually only 3. There's actually only... Oh, no, here we go. He's going to go... So he's going for the triangle. He just might not be 100% sure where that top point is. It's right when you... I'll point it out. When he gets right under that door there.
Right there.
right there, right where the door is. He went a little farther out, but all you have to do is kind of touch that door area, and you can turn and go. So he's gonna finish up here with a 30:07 time. Let's see, he hasn't quite stopped his clock, but he did finish with a 30:07 when he crossed the finish line.
Yep, it looks like he got done with a 30:09.
Yes, done with 30:09. So I guess he just forgot to stop the live splits, but he did done on I think he probably went to do done and just wasn't clicking on the live splits. But so congratulations to Mono on that run as well. GG's. I'm not sure if he's gonna do an interview, but I will send him a link in case. So obviously we already talked about a bit of your run, where you had a bit of a rough pirate, or not pirate, a bit of a rough Walrus Cove, but you had an insane Whale Bay and a really good Pirate Lagoon as well. You might have wanted a bit of a better pirate, but for what you were given, probably can't be too upset.
No, definitely not. I'm not the kind of player to get too frustrated about, middle of the road times in my, for right now, I think a good time on Pirate Lagoon is definitely sub 50. But that's very hard to be consistent at. Just like it's very hard to be consistent at, 45 Whale Bay, which I was really happy about, of course. Yes,
of course. Yeah, and you had a nice windmill planes. You got right through it with a 101. That's gotta feel good.
EP went well. Yeah.
EP went well, and also windmill planes went well.
Space Dust was not half bad.
No, not at all.
Everything was pretty good. Looks like Mano's playing some League of Legends.
He's playing some League of Legends. Yeah, that's a fun game. Probably not as much fun as this game, but well, some people might differ, but
so I don't think we're getting him in the interview, unfortunately.
No,
but I do believe that was his last match for my group, as my last match as well. So
yeah. So looks like unless I think Obio might have either a no reset or one more run to go, but it looks like you might be set in the second best time overall. So that's got to be pretty nice to know that you're likely to not have to play in the first round of brackets.
Brackets will be really interesting. There's definitely a very high number of top level players, and
yes,
so many of these races can go any way.
Mm-hmm.
We can have a good run. This is a pretty solid run for me. Really just one track that irked me.
Mm-hmm.
But 4 more of those tracks could have gone wrong, and I could have ended up with a 24-20 or worse, and then someone can just come by and snatch that right up. So
yeah, I'd definitely say that the one track that kind of tends to make or break runs you nailed, and that's Windmill. That's what we've seen a lot of runners have some troubles with. I mean, we saw a runner as great as Nordic and Giz. We saw them have difficulties with some out of bounds. They're not 100% easy. Most times like Hot Top and Spaceport are considered pretty easy, but you still have to be precise with that, with most of them. So
for sure. Otherwise, this is the last week of groups, so there's only a couple matches scheduled for this week, so we won't have nearly as much DKR as we had last week. It's like 16 matches last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was quite insane.
It's like 3 this week, so But after this, make sure to tune into the brackets coming in the weeks following. And thank you very much, Fish, for commentating both the runs today. Really appreciate you stepping up for those.
Oh, no problem, man. Thanks for helping with this whole event. And
my pleasure.
Thanks for putting on you always put on a great show for the players, whether it's a run like this where you get a really, really solid time, or it's where you meme around a little bit and
I lose
to remember
35, 45 seconds.
It's Darkman Caverns.
Yeah, feels good, man.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, of course. Yes. Thank you to all the restreamers who help us out, and thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting the tournament. And of course, always thank you to Obio for putting it all together in the first place. And I guess we'll see you all later for more races.